There are no bars, no guards, no locks, and yet you're still not free. This is the story of a prison you built inside yourself and the war it takes to break out. This is not motivation. This is a wake-up call. Look around you. You breathe air. You walk the streets. You go where you want. You scroll, you post, you laugh on command. You think you're free, but you're not. Not even close. Because behind that forced smile, behind the filtered pictures, behind the daily I'm fine that you whisper into the mirror each morning, you're not living free. You're living trapped. Not in a cell, not in some concrete box, not with shackles around your wrists or guards yelling in your face. No, it's far more subtle. It's far more dangerous. You're imprisoned by something that no one else can see. A prison of your own making. A cage made of doubt. Walls built from guilt. Bars wielded from years of self-abandonment. The prison doesn't need wardens. You've become your own. You patrol your own limits. You enforce your own boundaries. You hand yourself the sentence every time you play small or play safe. You wrap the chains around yourself, one excuse at a time. I'll start tomorrow. I'm not ready yet. I'm too tired. It's too risky. What if I fail? What would they think about me? And every time you said it, every time you believed that lie, another brick was laid. Another window was sealed. Another door was locked from the inside. And here's what makes this prison crueler than any built by man. You decorated it. You filled it with distractions. You wallpapered the walls with fake smiles. You numbed the silence with fake noise. You called it comfort. You called it normal. But comfort can be a killer when it robs you from your calling. And normal is the slow death of greatness. You wake up, you scroll, you eat, you work at a job that eats your soul 1 minute at a time. You fake laugh at a joke and you didn't even hear it. You tell yourself you're grateful as a way to avoid the hunger that's screaming inside of you. That hunger, that voice, that fire you buried under the floorboards of your potential is still alive, still waiting, still whispering. You were made for more. Instead of listening, you double down on silence. You distract, you avoid, you survive, never realizing you were born to thrive. And the saddest part of it all, most people will die in that prison, never stepping outside its invisible walls. Never realizing those bars were made of fear. Never knowing that the key to the lock was in their hand the whole time. Never seeing the truth, that the only thing stopping them was them. This isn't judgment. It's not blame. It's a wake-up call. Because if you're breathing right now, if you still feel that ache in your chest that says, this can't be all there is, then you're not too late. You may be in prison, but you're not powerless. You can still choose to break free. But first, you have to face the truth. You are not caged by the world. You are caged by your choices, by your fears, by your silence. And if you built the prison, you can tear it down. You think staying inside your comfort zone keeps you safe. That routine, that carefully crafted bubble of predictability, you think it's protecting you. It's not. It's killing you. Not in one loud moment, not with fanfare or warning. It kills you slowly, quietly, day by day, decision by decision, smile by fake smile. It starts with your dreams. The wild burning visions you used to whisper to yourself at night, gone, smothered beneath the weight of maybe next year, suffocated by the voice that said, who do you think you are? Then it moves to your ambition, that fuel you once had. The hunger in your chest to build, to grow, and to conquer. It starts to rot. It decays while you watch another episode. It weathers while you scroll, distract, and delay. It stars every time you choose comfort over calling. Then it chokes your confidence. You stop believing you can. You stop even trying. You avoid the mirror because somewhere deep down, you know the person staring back isn't the man or the woman you were meant to be. And then it comes for your soul. It eats away at your passion until the things you once loved feel like chores. It buries the fire under layers of numbness. You don't feel alive anymore. You just feel busy, tired, disconnected, dull. And you'll still smile, still show up, still make it look like everything's fine. Because society doesn't reward truth, it rewards mask. It tells you to blend in, to be realistic, to settle, to survive. So you laugh off the idea of greatness like it's a joke. You mock people who dream big because deep down you resent them for daring to chase what you gave up on. And you start calling your teeny, quiet, caged life normal. You tell yourself this is just how it is. You say you're grateful when really you're just afraid. Afraid of failing, afraid of judgment, afraid of what might happen if you tried and didn't make it. But let me tell you something. There is no greater failure than never trying. Because one day it will come. You'll be lying there, old, worn, watching time slip through your fingers like sand you can't hold on to. And the noise will fade, and the distractions will disappear. And in the silence, you will face what you ran from your whole life. Not the risks you took, but the ones you didn't. You'll remember every dream you abandoned for comfort. Every moment you traded growth for safety. Every wall you never even tried to break. You'll remember the fire you ignored, the gift you buried, the life you could have lived but didn't. And then you'll realize too late, you didn't live, you only survived. Like a ghost walking through a life that was never really yours. And the worst part, you'll know that no one else built that cage. You did. With every excuse, every fear, every day you waited, every time you said maybe later. So if your heart still beats with even 1 ounce of fight left, don't wait until the deathbed to wake up. Break the cycle. Tear down the walls, and for once in your life, damn it, live! But it doesn't have to end that way. Not for you, not today, not forever. Unless you let it. Because right now in this exact second, with your heart still beating and your lungs still pulling in air, you have a choice. You still have the power. The key, it's not out there. It's not in someone else's hands. It's not buried in your past or waiting on your future. The key has always been in your hand. And hear me when I say this. Freedom is not a gift. It's not something the world grants you when you've checked enough boxes. Freedom is war. And the battlefield is inside your mind. You want to be free? Then you better be ready to fight for it. Fight your doubts. Fight your old story. Fight the comfort that's been choking your progress for years. Break the chains you wrapped around your own soul. The ones made of lies like, I'm not ready. I don't have enough. I'm too late. It's not the right time. Tear those lies down like the walls of prison you've outgrown. Smash them, burn them, bury them so deep they'll never rise again. Because here's the truth. You don't need another motivational video. You don't need anyone's approval. You don't need permission to become the version of you that you were born to be. You are the permission. You are the damn sign. You are the answer. Stop waiting for lightning to strike. Stop waiting for someone to hand you a map. There's no perfect time. There's no flawless plan. There's only this moment and what you decide to do with it. You have the power to leave that old version of you behind right now. The scared you, the passive you, the one who shrinks, who hides, who apologizes for having fire in their chest. Leave him. Let them go. Because buried beneath the excuses, in the fear, in the fake smiles, there is someone else. A warrior, a builder, a king, a creator. And they've been screaming from behind those walls, clawing at the walls you built, begging you to let them rise. And today, you answer the call. Today, you tear down the walls with your bare hands if you have to. Today, you turn the fear into fuel. Today, you stop waiting for the stars to align and you become the fire that lights the sky. This is the end. This is the beginning. This is your uprising, your resurrection, your moment to step out of the shadows into the life you were meant to live. And when you do, when you finally breathe that air of freedom, not like the kind they sell you, but the kind you earn, you'll never settle again, because you realize you were never weak. You were just caged, and now you are free. Imagine this. You open your eyes, and for the first time in years, there's no weight on your chest, no fog in your mind, no echo of what if bouncing off the walls of your head, just silence, peace, and power. You stand up, not to survive another day, but to live one. You move in the world not as a ghost of who you could have been, but as an architect of who you choose to become. There's a fire in your chest now. Once you light yourself with pain, with discipline, and the refusal to let your story end halfway through, then you can build. Not for applause, not for attention, but because building is what free men do. You build a life that is real, so full, so honest, that the memory of your prison feels like a bad dream, a nightmare that no longer holds power over you. You look in the mirror now, and you know the man staring back. Not a stranger, not a prisoner, but a warrior, a builder, a king. And others, they see it too. They look at you not with pity, not with confusion, but with awe. They feel it when you walk in the room, that presence, that weight, that quiet power that comes from earning your freedom the hard way. And what's more, you light something in them. You inspire them to look at their own cages, to pick up their own keys, to ask, if he did it, maybe I can too. And years from now, when your time comes and your last breath draws near, you won't be left in this world with a clenched heart full of regret. No, you'll leave free, not because you live without fear, but because you faced it, you fought it, you defeated it. Day after day, until it bowed down to you. You'll die not with your dreams buried inside you, but with your legacy alive in the world you helped shape. Your family, your work, your story, your impact. You lived, you risked, you loved, you bled, you built, you conquered, and most of all, you broke out. The prison was never real. The chains were never real. The walls were never real. The fear was, but fear is not your master. You are. So now, pick up the key, unlock the door, and step into the life you were meant to live. Be free. Be free. Like and subscribe if you like the vibe. Share if you care. Thinkers are us.